Go, go, Power Rangers! Yeah! I know you saw me do that in my review for The Great Wall, and I told you that when you saw that movie and then you saw Power Rangers, you'd be thinking the exact same thing. So the Power Rangers are about these 5 high school kids. They're kind of like outcasts. A couple of them are getting bullied. A few others are like off doing their own thing. So at a point in the movie, they come across this spaceship, very old, that's been buried underneath their town. And instead of doing what every teenager in real life would do, they do what every teenager in the movies would do, and they go snooping around. Except for me, I'd be like that 1% out of 99 in real life that would actually go into an ancient spaceship if I found one. Hey man, I'm one of those weird ones, I can't help it. If I hear a noise in my attic at 3 a.m., I gotta check it out. So getting back to our misfits, they're wandering around this ship and then they accidentally activate Zordon, a previous Power Ranger whose mind and thought structure have been implemented into the ship. And he lets them know, these powers that they've gained, they're not for free. With great power comes great responsibility. And they learn that they're not the first people to have had these powers. The Power Rangers are an ancient group that have been around for a very long time. So they not only have to learn how to control their powers, but they also have to deal with their own personal life issues and learn how to band together to become a team. Now, going into this movie, I got vibes from like 3 other different movies. Which one? It was Chronicle, The Breakfast Club, and Man of Steel. That was a complete accident, I swear. But yeah, if you've ever seen Chronicle, Man of Steel, or The Breakfast Club, you will get a vibe from each of these movies when you walk in to see this one. That being said, if you walk into this movie thinking it's gonna be dark and gritty like I did, yeah, you're gonna be disappointed. This movie is just as goofy and campy as the TV show. The only difference is, it looks better because it has like a bigger budget. And of course it's a movie. There are just a tiny few moments in this movie when I feel like the CGI could have been a little bit better, but it's not that big of a deal. It's only a few moments, it's not that bad. The fight scenes were great. Like, I remember watching the TV show when I was a kid, and I love all the kung fu action going on. And something always kind of felt off about it though. Like whenever they threw a punch or a kick, it was great choreography, but like whenever they hit somebody, you can tell like something was always off about it. It was either the way the villain reacted when they got hit, or like when one of the Power Rangers threw a punch or a kick, like the way they moved didn't exactly feel like it was normal. And I always wondered how it would look if it was actually on the movie. And now that we have the movie, I can tell you that the fight scenes were great. Like, it improved 100%. Alright, so now I'm about to talk about some of the things that I didn't like that much about the movie. One of the things is that it felt like the screenwriters and directors were kind of playing favoritism with Jason, Billy, and Kimberly. And that was the red, blue, and pink Power Ranger. Now, this is a professional gripe, but it's also a personal gripe. The Power Rangers are a team, and I feel like each of them should be equally as important as the other, but I feel like Zach and Trini didn't get as much background and screen time as the others, and in that process it kind of feels like, you're not really attached to them as much as the other 3 I just mentioned, because of that fact. They don't give you as much of a backstory for Zach and Trini as the others, so like you don't really care as much about them as you do the other ones. And Zach has always been my favorite because like he's the black Power Ranger, like all that kung fu action and just like the black suit alone, he's always been my favorite even when I was watching the TV show. So that's why it's kind of personal for me. And Trini is the yellow Power Ranger. Now I've never gravitated towards her much in the TV show, but in this movie, she is an interesting character. And I mean, come on, she's hot. You cannot watch that movie and tell me Trini is not hot, but she is. Whew. Ow. Okay, that hurt. Now, one of the other things I didn't like about this movie was the villain Repulsa. The tone the movie was trying to go for and the way she was acting, she kind of felt over the top, and that threw me off a few times. The other thing that was throwing me off was the movie tone itself. Like sometimes it was trying to be goofy and campy, then the other times it was trying to be like really serious. and like it was clashing together, like it didn't really mix well, and that kind of like threw me off also. Besides that, everyone's acting was pretty much okay, except for Bryan Cranston as Zordon and Bill Hader as Alpha 5. They were perfect. I loved their characters. The way they were blended in perfectly with what the movie was trying to do. Now, the ending of this movie was great. It was like the first time all the campiness and funniness, the action, and then the high stakes were put together in such a perfect way. Did I just say funniness? Okay, guys, in the end, if you're a fan of the old Power Rangers TV show, you're gonna love this movie. It was pretty good. If you came into this movie hoping that it was gonna be all dark and gritty, yeah, no. It was fun, funny, had a lot of action. The villain wasn't really that good. Sometimes the movie's tones clash together. But overall, the movie was pretty good. I'd go see it again. So, the Power Rangers. When you see it, tell me what you thought in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for all the newest vids. And that is Troy's movie review. Go, go, Power Ranger! Oh, I did it again.